How to sell your home in less than a week before the next price crash. I'm not going to waste your time. Your Greater Golden Horseshoe Area home's value is in massive trouble. Right now, as you're watching this, the market is literally collapsing. The equity you spent years building could be wiped out faster than you can blink. This isn't fear, this is math. In May 2025, listings in the GTA hit a 30-year high. Let that sink in. A 30-year high. At the exact same time, sales dropped by over 13%. More houses, fewer buyers. What does that sound like to you? It's the ultimate recipe for a price crash. Most homeowners are completely frozen. They're paralyzed, just hoping things get better. But hope is not a strategy. However, many refuse to be a victim of this market. Many sold their houses right here in the Greater Golden Horseshoe Area. And they did it in just days while their neighbors' for sale signs were literally collecting dust. This isn't some boring theory video. This is the urgent step-by-step playbook those successful sellers used to get their house sold for a crazy price before the entire market imploded. If you own a home in the Greater Golden Horseshoe Area, what you do in the next 90 days could literally be the difference between protecting your investment and losing a fortune. You need to listen to every single word. The ticking time bomb, acknowledging the brutal reality. To win this game, you have to understand the rules. And right now, the rules in the GGHA real estate game are changing at lightning speed. You can't use the same strategy you used 2 years ago. The party is over. Let's look at the insane facts. As of May 2025, the sales to new listings ratio in the GTA was a pathetic 29%. To put that in perspective, anything below 40% means we are deep in a buyer's market. Buyers have all the power. They have endless choices. They are not desperate, and they will absolutely not overpay for your home. The average selling price is down. The home price index is down. Detached, semi-detached, townhouses, condos, literally every single category has seen prices get destroyed compared to last year. The average time it takes to sell a house has jumped to 39 days, which is a gigantic leap from last year. So, what does this actually mean for you? It means every day your house sits there, it's worth less than the day before. It means buyers can be unbelievably picky. They're comparing your home to a flood of other properties and are looking for any excuse to lowball you into oblivion. The market is being swamped. Sure, some people just need to move, but a huge chunk of this is from investors who are losing money and are all sprinting for the exit at the exact same time. This starts a domino effect. More listings creates more desperation, which leads to price cuts, and that drags down the value of every home in your neighborhood, including yours. This is the ticking time bomb. It's that insane mix of soaring inventory, falling sales, and sinking buyer confidence. Sticking your head in the sand is the single biggest mistake you can possibly make right now. Facing this reality is the first and most critical step to winning. My 4-step method to sell in a buyer's market. When the smart sellers saw these numbers, they knew they couldn't do what everyone else was doing, so they used my insane 4-step method based on one simple idea. In a buyer's market, you don't wait for buyers. You make your property so ridiculously irresistible they have no choice but to fight over it. Become a hyperlocal expert or use a local expert. The first mistake sellers make, they listen to the national news. That's a huge mistake. The Canadian real estate market isn't one market. It's thousands of tiny micro markets. A house in Hamilton is playing a completely different game than a condo in downtown Toronto. You have to ignore all that noise and become an obsessive expert on a specific street. This is exactly what I do, and those successful sellers did. They didn't just glance at citywide numbers. They went full detective mode on the few homes on their street that sold in the last 90 days, went to their open houses, stalked their photos online, noted every single detail. How long were they on the market? Did they sell for over or under asking? What was their real condition? This hyperlocal data is your secret weapon. It shows you exactly who you're competing against. You can't just invent a fantasy price. You have to know that the house 3 doors down just listed for $15,000 less than you wanted, and it has a brand new kitchen. This info is out there, but most people are too lazy to find it. Don't be lazy. This is what separates winners from losers. And if you cannot dig out information yourself, hire a realtor who has access to many tools to gather this information for you. Price to compete, not to negotiate. This is the biggest, most catastrophic mistake you can make. Overpricing your home from day one is a fatal error. In a hot market, maybe you could test the waters. In this market, that's a death sentence. Here's why. Buyers today are smarter than ever. They have apps feeding them data 24/7. If you price your home even 5% too high, you will be punished. Your listing will look like a joke. You will get 0 showings, 0 offers, just silence. While your house sits there, a stigma builds. Buyers wonder, what's wrong with that place? After a few weeks, you'll be forced to drop the price, but the damage is already done. A price drop screams desperation, and it's a giant invitation for predatory, lowball offers. My strategy is usually the complete opposite. I use my intel to find the absolute no-fluff fair market value. Then I price it just a tiny bit below that. Just enough to make every qualified buyer in the area see the listing and think, whoa, that's a really good deal. Remember, the goal isn't the highest list price, it's the highest sale price. By pricing to compete, you create a massive explosion of interest on day one. You get a flood of showings in the first 72 hours. This hacks the buyer's brains. When they see other buyers are interested, it creates insane urgency. They're terrified of losing out, so they write a huge clean offer. That's how you win. Presentation is non-negotiable, the move-in ready mandate. In a market flooded with choices, buyers are lazy. They don't want a project, they want a home that feels brand new, clean, and ready for them to move into immediately. Making your home move-in ready isn't an option, it's a requirement. This doesn't mean you need a $50,000 renovation. It means you have to be strategic and absolutely ruthless. I advise to focus on 3 things: declutter, neutralize, and deep clean. First, decluttering. Take this to a whole new level. I'm talking about removing 50% of your stuff. Half the clothes in the closets, gone. Half the books, gone. Almost every personal photo, gone. You're selling space, not your things. Buyers need to imagine their life in your home, not yours. Second, neutralizing. That custom blue accent wall you love, it has to go. You're selling a blank canvas. Paint rooms a neutral, light gray color. It will make the whole house feel bigger, brighter, and newer. Little things like new handles on the kitchen cabinets add a ton of value for almost no money. Third, deep cleaning. I mean cleaning until the house literally sparkles. Baseboards, windows, inside light fixtures, inside the oven. You can even spend a few $100s to hire pros, and it will be the best money spent. When a buyer walks into a spotless home, it sends a powerful message. This home was loved. They automatically trust that the things they can't see, like the furnace, are in perfect condition too. Aggressive modern marketing. Just putting your home on MLS with a sign on the lawn is the absolute bare minimum. It's passive. In a market this insane, you have to get aggressive. It all starts with the photos. Your online listing is the new curb appeal. Phone pictures are completely unacceptable. Hire a professional photographer who gives magazine quality photos, a 3D virtual tour, and a detailed floor plan. This is not optional. If your photos don't hook someone in 3 seconds, they will swipe past and forget your house exists. Beyond that, your agent needs an aggressive digital marketing plan. They need to run targeted ads on social media, pay for featured spots on real estate websites, and blast your listing out to every agent in the city. I even ran a coming soon campaign to build hype before we even go live. As a realtor, I also made it ridiculously easy to see the house. When an agent called, the answer was always yes. We used a lockbox and told our seller clients to approve every single request instantly. The more people who walk through your front door, the better your odds of getting an offer. You have to make buying your house the easiest, most appealing choice they can possibly make. So, that was my 4-step plan. I advise my seller clients to follow it for every listing like their life depended on it. I became a local expert, I priced it to win, I helped stage it like a show home, and launched an all-out marketing blitz. The result: for my last listing, in the first 48 hours, we had over 24 showings. My phone was literally blowing up with amazing feedback. On day 2, we got our first offer. By day 3, we had 3 competing offers. And on day 5, my seller client accepted a firm offer with no conditions for more than their asking price. This all happened while their neighbor's beautiful but slightly overpriced and unstaged homes just sat there. They were on the market for another month before they finally had to take a lower offer. This method works. It's not magic. It's a strategic plan designed for the insane market we're in right now. Conclusion. The Greater Golden Horseshoe Area housing market is at a crossroads. You can be a passive victim and let the market destroy your finances, or you can grab the wheel and take control. The steps I've shared today, becoming a local expert, pricing to compete, perfecting your presentation, and marketing aggressively, are the tools you need to win. I use them for all my listings to achieve the same results. This is not a time for hesitation. It's a time for action. If you're even thinking about selling, you need a crazy smart plan, and you need to execute it perfectly. If you cannot do it yourself, I would be happy to be on your side to help. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel for more insane analysis of the Canadian real estate market. Don't get caught in the crash. Be smart, be strategic, and protect your equity. Thanks for watching. Want to list and sell your house fast? Click the link in the description now